Yeah.
Hey, we are live at Click Connect, special Friday night audit. Stay tuned. Craig Sullivan, you have got the most amazing shirt I've ever seen in my life. What is that all about?
Hey, that's promoting our other show, 3 Minute Thursday.
Holy shit, dude. What have we done? The mistakes that we're making right now, unbelievable.
You're going to haunt us for years. Are you kidding?
Craig, who would have thought? Who would have thought that clip would have been 100 shows ago? I can't believe it. How amazing is that, Craig?
The masses love it, Glenn. What can I say?
All
three of them.
What a long straight strip it's been since what's it called? February 2021 when we started this shit show. I'm so excited that we are doing it. But I'll tell you what, Craig, it has been a whirlwind doing these 100 shows, and it makes me wonder, what time is it?
It's time for an audit.
Everybody, welcome to the one, the only Friday night audit.
Oh, wait, did you really say that? Craig, you need to have an intervention here, guys. All right. Craig has a serious.
It's all new merch, all focused on you, Dave. Glenn and I were feeling sorry for you.
Craig's obsession with my hot dog is borderlining on creepy. So I think we need to turn this.
I think we're way past borderline at this point, Dave. And there's much more to come, I'm sure.
Hey, especially with three-way Dave.
Yeah.
This 100 episode needs to be an intervention at this point because, Craig, we have a problem, my friend. Demoted? What was I demoted from or to?
Oh, goodness gracious.
How can I get demoted lower than I'm already at with this show?
Yeah. Thank you, Dave. I really,
Hi,
Dave. really appreciate that one. Oh, my goodness. So anyway, welcome to the one, the only Friday night audit. I'm 100 Shades of G. That is Aloha Craig over there. 100 episodes. I can't believe we've made it this far. Yet, Craig. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, but we're also launching your new Studio B here today. It looks beautiful, and I think your King Kong hot dog Dave will look good on that shelf.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. The theme of this show is nothing's going to stop us now. But then again, if we write songs like Starship did, like nothing's going to stop us now, we're probably going to be done But yeah, look at this
copyright infringement. That's all.
I know. Look I'd sing it, but yeah, I don't want YouTube to get angry at us. So yeah, I finally got the studio up here and going. Forgive me, it's going to be a little weird. I'm trying to look at you guys over here, but I got to look right at the camera over here, and it feels so TV newsy in here. I'll tell you that.
It does.
Yeah.
It looks great. You got the new camera. You got the new studio. You got the props behind you. It's all looking good.
Suzanne is saying the mic is yucky. You know what? It's not the mic. I have a bum cable. I could probably swap that. I probably swap that out, but I'll do that.
Probably swap that out right now.
But let's get the guests. Let's get some guests out here. I'll let you guys talk. Then I'll swap it out. Sound good to you?
You gotta introduce our guests before they come in?
I'll introduce our guests today. Today we got two fabulous guests over here. I'm very excited. People I've known for a while, and quite frankly, I had no choice but to reach out to them because nobody in the United States will be our guests anymore. So we've got with us Mr. Sean, Worker of the Adapters, and our good friend, Art Lewrey.
How you going?
Out of the UK and Ireland. Hey, all right. So I'm gonna let you guys talk it up.
Yeah, let us talk for a minute. We'll see you in 2 minutes. So you guys have also worked with Glenn and Sean, the Adapters. So you know our pain of working with him, and Art.
Absolutely,
you did all the graphics and everything for the Adapters as well. So you've worked with our Lord and Master Glenn Hausman as well.
Absolutely. I think what's interesting about this is that Art and Glenn were allowed to roam free in Europe and interview all sorts of
and the
bizarre
States,
people.
Yeah.
And the US. These were roving people. So you know what they got up to.
And you didn't go to jail in either place?
We never ended up in jail. But Sean had this bizarre idea of, he'd met these two guys and he'd been working for me for, quite a while. We've been working together. And he said this, it's like chemistry. I'm going to put these two guys together and see what happens. And, well, we had a lot of fun. We created a lot of wonderful content. So let's put it that way.
They were in
all
Amsterdam.
sorts of interesting places.
They were in Amsterdam. I'm just saying they were in Amsterdam. They went to Amsterdam.
There we go. So
I
guys,
made him ride a bike. Yeah, I made him
there
ride a
you
bike.
go. Just like riding a bike, all kinds of fame, fortune, and mayhem, I am guessing. So, hey guys, you know what? We have a little segment where you guys get to tell the audience what you're drinking. So, David, would you run that graphic?
Don't you want to let Glenn get back? There we go. Okay.
He's back.
I'm back.
We gotta let Glenn get back from that.
I'm totally ready to forget to do this. Fix the mic, and I will tell you, I ran up and down the steps. I don't even sound like I'm out of breath too much, so that's very exciting to me.
Wow,
guys, I'm very excited. It's cocktail time. I'd love to know what you are drinking tonight. I got myself a beer. Sean?
So I've got my favorite Spanish beer from where I used to live in Barcelona. It's Estrella, and it's fabulous. Oh yes, oh yeah. There's a few of those downstairs. And this is the best show in the world. And I gotta say, congratulations on 100 shows.
100.
And you must have dug so low in the barrel to bring me in. Now, I understand art, but we are talking. You really deserve like maybe a president or something.
Honestly. Yeah, what happened was Art refused to come on without you because he knows that you're not accepted in public otherwise,
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's all true.
As Glenn said, we had to go across the pond for our guests now because the U.S. has basically banned us of all things. So now we can be internationally offensive instead of just domestically offensive.
Oh, we can be internationally offensive. Yeah,
absolutely. Without a doubt.
This show is going to hell in a handbasket already. Now we're getting into
Art. What are you drinking?
Wars started with
I am going to crack open a Camden Hells, which is a very nice.
A Camden Hells.
I feel like Dave, his Camden's better than your Camden.
I was gonna say I don't even know where his Camden is, but it's definitely going to be doing much better.
The
than
original Camden. Yeah, the original one.
The original.
Where's the original Camden? Tell us about the original
London,
Camden.
in London. Yeah, sort of central North London.
Right.
Yeah, my big wing of my family come from there, so here's to them. So.
Yeah, well, New Jersey Camden, I think a lot of people might say it's Camden House as well. So I guess you can transport that over to our Camden, and it probably fits right in. Actually, I know some people from Camden. They're great people.
Yeah, that's great. Well, hey guys,
did you guys know? Yeah, did you guys know that Art was in this really funky 80s band? Did you guys know that?
No. Is this the Camden? Because we used to play in Camden. We used to play.
Your songs on YouTube.
Duran.
Dingwalls was the gig in Camden, which is this legendary venue, and we used to rip it up.
We find it on YouTube. Is there video evidence on YouTube?
There is.
Oh,
not of Dingwalls, but yeah, there probably is. Yeah.
I don't know. Will the YouTube police get us in trouble if we found some?
Dare I bring a photograph up? I may well. So
you can bring up a photograph, but we can't have any video, especially for another YouTube channel. That would be disaster.
Yeah, the Google police are out there searching the web. They lock us down.
Listen, I'm just gonna say AI and all that kind of stuff to sound intelligent.
Hey, Nikki Fox.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking a Mexican beer, Corona Light. So.
Smart.
Surprise.
I'm psychic.
That's why you're the producer, David.
That's right.
I do run the show.
Dr. Producer Suzanne is asking, why is there no special drink for everyone? 100 flop. That's because Dave's the producer of this show, not you, Suzanne. You know, if you were,
David's only made it to one production call meeting.
Whoa! I sent you guys on the email to call me on Wednesday because I lose track of time. Nobody called me.
I totally wrote
you. Think we read emails? Come on,
dude. I read the email and I responded to the email and I said I informed him of this brand new invention. I know it was only invented 2 days ago, but it's something called an alarm, and you set it and it goes off at a pre-specified time to remind you to do things.
Or you could be a good pal and just say, hey, let me call Dave.
Right.
We should leave now. I feel like I'm in an HR department. We should leave.
No bathroom.
Help us, guys. Help us, guys. Because
funny you should say this. You go for it, Art. Go for it.
I'm very new to this show.
Yeah.
And I've seen a couple of episodes and gone, okay.
It's a disaster. I'll do it.
What is this? Sum this show up in 3 words.
Cluster fuck.
I'm not even gonna try and top that.
I said, Art, we're still in the HR department, and I don't know who's winning the war here.
I would say drinks, laughs, shame. That would be my 3 words for this one. But anyway, we totally forgot to give you the warning. We've realized that we tend to overpower everyone, so it's your job to just try to jump in there and interrupt us, because otherwise I'll just try to fill the vacuum by saying stupid things, and I'd appreciate it if I don't have to say stupid things for once.
We never want Glenn saying stupid things. Never.
We love vacuums. We love vacuums when especially when Glenn fills them. That's even more.
Mickey's got it right. I'm actually.
You can see that video on my OnlyFans channel.
They swipe left or right when they see that video.
Poke your eyes out.
Wow.
Oh my God. Hey, Doreen Milani must be back in the country, so she's watching us. Hi, Doreen.
We don't look a day over 95.
Thank you for happy 100.
I look a day over 13.
Yeah.
No. Even with the beard, you still look like you're 13.
Listen, this hair is getting gray really fast.
It's 3 kids.
Imagine how great it'd be if you ran a full-service hotel. You know,
it'd be gone. You know, there's a reason why Anthony has no hair.
So
in Canada.
All right.
So Art, what time is it over there? Is it like 10? It's after 10 o'clock, right?
It is. Yeah, it's just after 10.
Wow.
Oh, so
is it just dinner time now?
So we good. Yeah, no, I've had my dinner. We're all prepared. I've been working up to this all day, and Sean and I have been. We've had a little project this week as well. So
cool. What were you doing this week?
We can't tell you.
We were. I tell you what. We don't drink,
right?
So we were drinking all week. That was just to catch up for tonight.
You're prepping for the show. Yeah.
That was the whole week. Yeah, the whole week.
They did more about this show than we do. It's okay.
You know, and because my learned England friends, you know, they eat about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The rest of us Europeans, we're kind of 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
right. Same with New Yorkers.
I have a question there, Sean. Why did you stop and distinctly separate England and UK? What was the purpose behind that?
I didn't earlier on. My great friend Art, when asked by Craig, "Where are you right now?" He went, "You know, how's the UK?" Glenn went, "How's the UK?" And Art went, "I'm in the south of England."
Oh,
so you really have to ask Art.
I was just trying to narrow things down a little bit because it is confusing. It's sort of, you know, people get confused with, you know, the.
He knows he's talking to an American audience.
You're talking to an audience all based in America. None of us can describe anywhere in London on a map right now. It's totally fine.
So our country is.
I can. Right. I can also describe Dublin. Right. I mean, Dublin's got one of my favorite hotels anywhere in the Clarence. Also, like the Morris.
Craig, you've got great taste. Were you hanging out with Bono?
Yeah, I had drinks with him in the Octagon Bar.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and it was there one year when they underwrote a fashion show, and they brought in all these supermodels. And the woman that I was dating at the time that I brought with me kept slapping me in the arm, going, "Is this why we're here? Because all these models are here?" And I'm going, "No, I had no idea. I wouldn't have brought you." But that's a whole other story.
So,
Great
because
hotel.
Were you a model? Were you part of the modeling? The
That's
photo
David.
shoots?
No, that's
Yeah,
David.
Yeah,
Be right back.
Greg,
Okay.
I need Glenn for this comment, and then I have to go to this T-ball game because this is actually really interesting by Laura Daniel. But Suzanne says, "I'm the one who doesn't know his geography." That's true, because I don't really have to learn it because I can just look it up on my phone at this point. I don't have to study maps. There's no need. It's not about knowing information anymore. It's about knowing how to find the information. Any information I want to know is right at my fingertips. So I'll just figure it out when I get there. Google Maps.
Yeah, but if it's prior to 1985, it does not exist in the
87.
David.
Don't put 2 years on my age.
Sorry. 87.
35. Thank you very much.
But Art, just not to leave England out, my favorite hotel in London is the Ritz. And I was lucky enough to go there for a christening. Some friends of mine that live there, they're down the street from Harrods, their house is, and their children were christened at the Greek Orthodox Cathedral in London. And I got to sit at the table with the bishop. And
did he have the hat on?
Yeah, he did. And
that's good.
It was funny when we all get done with the meals and he's giving me the history on the cathedral and all of that. This person comes up with this huge box. It's all wood and it's beautiful. And they open it up and there's cigars. And it took me about a half a second to realize that I could get a Cuban cigar. And I go, "Yes, I'll take one." and she turned around, guy behind her took the cigar, cut it, gave it to me. I put it in my mouth, and I swear to God, he had a matchstick that was at least 1.5 feet long. And this whole thing about lighting the cigar. And the bishop did the same thing, and it's just like we're both sitting there smoking cigars inside, drinking some port. Okay, it's just not getting any better than this.
Speaking of smoking, Glenn, I got to run to the T-ball game soon, the T-ball practice soon. But I want to hear your comments on this because this is a great comment by Laura Daniel.
Yep.
The Lexi will be the first new hotel to open in Vegas in 2023, and the only cannabis inclusive property in town. He asked if Craig this is a game changer, but Glenn, I want to hear from you. This is a game changer.
All right, thank you. Craig, you don't think it's going to be a game changer?
No,
I don't think it's going to be a game changer either. I do think though that it's going to give him a short-term advantage. Right now, Vegas is still trying to figure out the legal consumption issue that's going on right now. Hold on. I'm sorry. They're trying to find the legal consumption issue that's going on right now. And some of the lounges are beginning to open. However, police have really turned a blind eye to people smoking on the street and all of that kind of stuff. So in the rooms, they have sensors now that you can't really smoke. You're not supposed to smoke in the rooms and all of that kind of stuff. So it leaves a vacuum for some group of people to do it. However, where the Lexi is, it's kind of in an off the beaten path kind of a place. And you really have to make an effort to go there. And I see it as a place that maybe people are going to go to, and it's going to be more of a one and done scenario. Not as expensive as the Galactic Star Cruiser, but same result, one and done.
Can you smoke in the rooms?
I believe, yes. I mean, you can. That's the whole point. In public, in the rooms, all of that stuff. Right now, none of the other resorts you're allowed to, because the law is you're not allowed to do it in, public places.
So isn't that going to really, you're saying it's kind of off the beaten path, and you're essentially catering to one demographic, which is obviously cannabis smokers.
Right.
I would imagine that anybody who's not a cannabis smoker is going to have zero interest of ever going to that property, knowing they're going to basically be guaranteed to be in a smoking room.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, people hate. So interesting idea, but I don't think this is going to be a game changer.
Now, if they take it a step farther, if you've got a cigar lounge, obviously you've got the air filtration and purification and all of that in there. If they use that same concept for a cannabis lounge, then I think that gives them a little bit of an edge, and I think that's something that the rest of the hotel, casino, resorts will all follow suit with. They'll have a designated area for that. Now, my question is, as somebody who does smoke cigarettes, especially when they're drinking, if I walk in there, can I fire up a cigarette, or the cigarette police going to come in and arrest me?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think you should be able to. I would, I mean, you can smoke on casino floors. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. So, whatever. Maybe they'll have certain smoking rooms for certain things. You can only smoke cannabis. Maybe they'll have, you're only allowed to smoke indica in this corner of the room.
There you go.
At certain times, when the sun is at the right angle.
Exactly. Yeah, the stars are aligned. The moon is full. Yeah.
I'm gonna run to the mobile side. I'll be back on in a sec.
All right.
So I got a question for you, Art and Sean. What was it like to work with Glenn on the book, on the adapters?
All right, and Sean, maybe when you're not talking, mute yourself. Go for it, guys. I guess
Sean, he's muting. Sean should really talk about this because you.
Yeah, go for it, Sean.
What was it like?
Yeah, what was it like working with Glenn on the book? I think you've answered the question.
We already know unpleasant. I guess they just want to know degrees at this point.
Think of it this way: it started pre-pandemic and it carried on into the pandemic. So, we had a kind of division of duties, and it was one of those experiences that you just want to repeat again. You should do this, Craig. You should write a book. It's 365 pages of a lot of editing, and it's always good when I got my learned colleague bleating in my ear. That's always good. I like that.
Is a good
Yeah.
So we had some fun with that, but I think what was more fun was doing the interviews.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
So we did a lot of interviews, right? So, we had two parts to this, and it was interesting watching a lot of the people that we did interview all started aspiring to other higher positions in the industry. So, I guess they should have bought more books. Glenn, don't you think they should have just bought more books?
It's not too late. It's never too late.
But the other thing that I think was really cool is we got to exercise ideas, and Art was in the middle of that too. And it's interesting actually going back to the book and looking at the predictions, because everybody has to predict in a book. You have to look, look into the future.
That's why I only do on a podcast that's forgotten by the next day.
Because this thing lives on.
And I don't have to get held accountable for anything. It's amazing.
And the other part, it all came off all the stuff that was doing with here to stay.tv. And I think what's more important is that where Glenn and I hung out and met. Yep. I remember we were in Banff, and he was working for some other organization
in Banff. Yeah,
at the Fairmont. Mm-hmm. And we went and sat outside, and we got a couple of scotches and had a couple more, and then a couple more. And then I was going, we have to work together at some point, So this has been a relationship of
boom,
single
5 years
malt.
later. Yeah, we figured it out. Yeah.
So, you have to go back to the origin of the species. You are looking at Glenn Hausman, the origin of the species. And then, of course, Glenn, with
that's his polite way of calling me a Neanderthal.
All good genealogy comes from a source. Good genes. Maybe a little, rougher, kind of shredding, but they're very cool looking genes. So the short version is
well, what I really like to do is I like to take those jeans and then cut them and have jean shorts, they look really cool.
And that is that is jeans with two ends, by the way.
They're going into splicing.
Do you know this? You might not know this, but I am also a Glenn with two ends.
Wow,
my middle name.
What?
Really?
Why did I not know this?
Did you not know?
Because you never asked.
I just knew that Art's not your name.
My real name is Peter.
Right, I know.
That's another story. But my middle name is Glenn with two N's.
And that's funny.
But the funny story with that, of course, is sort of you know, because when I was born, which is a very, very long time ago, you know,
Congratulations,
people were
Art.
starting to go into
Congratulations.
space, and my parents had this great idea of naming me after an
He's
astronaut.
back.
Yeah.
And the only astronaut at that point was Yuri Gagarin, and Peter Yuri Lewrey didn't really work well. So they had to wait for an American to get up there, and that was it.
John Glenn, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, one of the things that reminds me of one of those things that I never get. We had a news guy here in New York whose name was John Johnston. I'm like, what are your parents thinking? And then there's like Jeff Jeffries and stuff like that. I'm like, who does that to their kid? Name them the first name, same as the first name and the last name.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of the same exact name where it's like Carlos, or it's like
Anthony.
John, you know. And there's one video circulating. I'm not going to be able to find it right now, where it's like the son and the father and the grandfather, they all have this really long, specific, same exact name the whole way through.
You've been watching Marvel again?
I watch way too many YouTube videos on my bus rides in and out of New York City.
Does this always happen? Does he just get bored and get in his car and drive off?
Yeah. Well, he's trying to escape the show, but he's legally obligated to make appearances. So
I'm trying. You know,
I got a call from my favorite person, Scam Likely.
Put him on the air. Put him on the air. Nice. Yeah, put him on the air.
You see, I live this tough life where I try to balance being a somewhat halfway, not so good, decent producer and a dad. Unfortunately, today is the last day of T-ball practice, which I'm the coach of. So,
what do you do as a producer on this show?
Hey, Fox. How are you, Fox?
All right, hold on. Yeah, wait.
Scam Likely back.
Missing skills, says Suzanne. All right. Well, Nikki's saying, hey, maybe it's time for Vegas to have an Amsterdam hotel with coffee, cafe, red light bikes, you know, all that kind of stuff. I love that idea. You know, they had all this.
They're moving it all in Amsterdam. They're moving it all out to like a multi-story.
I saw something on that. Yeah, they're doing a couple of twin towers, and
it's these two twin towers of sex or something like that. That's pretty funny stuff.
Yeah. Here, where's the laugh? That's just the applause.
Hey, Art, isn't it time for us now to just leave and get on our bikes and head to Amsterdam? I think that was the hint.
You can get there. Well, wouldn't there be border problems? I'm just asking. Yeah,
not so easy now.
Yeah.
So, Sean, you can go to Amsterdam without any problem. Art's got to go through getting a visa and customs and all of that stuff now. Is that right?
Well, you get a stamp in your passport, in your blue passport, which is black now. You know.
Yeah, so, it's more like you have to wait on long lines and stuff like that. As a fuck you, right?
Yeah. I hate it.
So, Art, instead of using the UK phrase, let's use England. What did you think of Brexit? Is it a good idea, bad idea, or is it just fucking stupid?
Wow. Yeah. Hey, Craig, nice one. Thank you.
Yeah, I would go with the last one there. Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of like how we were sold a bill of goods on a certain president not too long ago. I think the citizens of England and the UK got sold a bill of goods and didn't realize what was happening there.
Yep. Absolutely.
Now, a lot for sale.
I've been following, this whole Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK alliance that's been going on. And
does it have a name? It has a special.
It does.
Name.
It's called Kanzuk. And I don't know if it's going to go through.
I'm sorry. You really need to workshop that a little bit more.
Yeah. But it does seem like it's a good idea because now all of a sudden, not just tradespeople, but doctors and lawyers and everybody else can cross borders and practice their profession, and all the tariffs and everything else disappear. that you've already strengthened your military might with Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. So I think it's an interesting thing. And if it goes through, I know about 70% of the citizens in Canada are in favor of it. Because just look at us, you got the crazy Americans south of their border. But if that goes through, it's like projections are 5 to 7 years that Kanzuk would have a higher GDP than the EU. So is that going to happen?
Wow. Everyone, Art, I must tell you,
turned out
for this hard hitting news. So we're really depending on.
It's sort of, it's, I don't know, but why cut yourself? I mean, I've always been proud of the UK as being a nation of firsts. And I think the first nation to impose
we were the first
sanctions on itself, was sort of, let's cut ourselves off from this huge market that's like 22 miles away. Wow, that's a great idea. Yeah.
In fact, I can the three Art, Sean, and I can attest to it because we took the train on the Channel together.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know it's like 22 miles away. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It was sort of and how good was that? Yeah, not so easy now. But it's just I'm gonna keep it cool. I don't want to get.
Oh, come on, let it out. Come on,
have another drink.
It's Craig. It's not the British way. Nothing comes out.
It's just
true.
Taking it. True.
Just be calm. Carry on. We're good.
Yeah, we'll get through it.
Now, where that stiff upper lip phrase came from you people?
I don't know, but it might have been us Irish.
Actually, that was just simply too much lidocaine. That's it. Bad dentist.
That's awesome. Craig, I'm curious. I wonder what it's like living in a country where you don't have to worry about America all the time. Sean, how much do people think about us? Because we like to think here in the States that everyone thinks about us all the time. Does anyone really care about America?
Well, first of all, everybody cares about America in one form or other. Just to put something in perspective,
you're right.
Most countries buy the dollar. So until that changes, America's got a voice. Number two, it's the home.
I'm investing in the ruble right now. People are saying that's a really good one.
I love that, and I bet you're also buying into Live Golf.
Yes, right. I'm turning my crypto into Live stock.
Oh my god,
that's awesome stuff. So
and you're wondering how you're going to pay for your twin boys' higher education.
Yeah.
With this stack of comic books right here is what I'm going to.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are you selling those? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got.
That's probably a great investment.
I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of comic books here that I'm going through.
Really?
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Hey guys, listen, really, really quick. I gotta go run and coach this practice, but I want to say happy 100. It's unreal that we've actually gotten this far with this show. It has been so much fun. I've really, really enjoyed every second of it, and I'm looking to at least 100 more.
Thanks,
nice.
man.
Thank you, David.
One person has enjoyed something from the last 100 episodes. That's something to celebrate. Right there.
Fox wants to
Hey,
say
Fox.
congratulations too.
Hey, Fox.
Thanks, Fox. Thank you.
Bye.
Craig, you remember I saw you in your house?
Yep, I do. I do.
All right, say bye. We gotta go.
Bye.
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 See ya.
Oh God. Yeah, but Sean, you've got quite a bit of U.S. investment in Ireland. So I think you guys are probably a little worried. I mean, I asked one of our Canadian guests that, if they were going to build a wall, and I said, no, we're just going to do a hedge. And, but I think, your economy's tied to ours pretty substantially. So I'd be concerned.
Sean, I'm more concerned about the fact that we can't really get appropriately good Guinness here in the United States.
Yeah,
I don't want canned Guinness
trade
anymore.
issue. Yeah, it's a huge foreign trade issue. So I'm glad we're bringing it up on this show. We will be able to make the detente from Kenza into Canberra, or and we can get some beer in here. So that sounds good. But however, what I would say, just from the perspective on Ireland, Ireland is booming along, and I think one of the things that overshadows a lot of the conversations is this is a big company about research development, a big country about research development and pharma, and there's a lot more that it's nice to talk tech, but at the end of the day, I think the ones that are here for a while, they are the same as infrastructure. They're the same as utility. They're the same as water. So, I'd be a lot more concerned if this was just all a bunch of weird startups like 2000. I think the risk is marginally low relative to, at least for the next few years, until there's another disruption of how we think about this. But I think actually the country is doing a really good job of thinking about, it's so keenly aware that don't spend all the money.
Yeah.
And so they're thinking sovereign funds, and it's very conscious. It's very consultative with the country. And, it's a good place to be. And the only, the other part is, the reality is it's the only English-speaking country now with a big education and a big base of tech and pharma and other stuff that's in Europe. So it's a gateway. So a huge amount has changed in the last, 4 or 5 years.
Filmmaking, Sean.
Filmmaking.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, thanks to John Borman, nearly 40 years ago with Excalibur, and came over and really started the industry. And what's bizarre around? John Borman. Yeah.
I didn't realize the connection to that, because that was one of my HBO favorites right after Beastmaster that they ran 10,000 times. Was Excalibur. And then you look back and you're oh my God, Patrick Stewart was in that, and all these other people.
Yeah, everybody was in that.
I had no idea that was in Ireland.
Great movie.
That's John Borman. And
at his best.
Where I live in Greystones, which is south, and this is the home of Ardmore Studios. There's always productions going on around here. It is so cool. So we had movies are being made here all the time, and Vikings was filmed here. Obviously, Star Wars.
Wow.
So thank you, Art. Yeah, I mean, there's a huge film industry, but also
I didn't realize that was over there. That's pretty wild. Sorry.
Yeah. And what's happening less than 10 minutes from my house?
Falcon set or something like that over there.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, this. Yes, of course. Glenn, you're right again. See, that's why we hang around with you for 100 shows.
He's always
right again.
Yeah. Sean he's very interested in being an extra on the Vikings, and he's going for that.
I'm signing up.
Yeah. He's signing up.
I'm going to be a short Viking.
Hey,
producer Suzanne.
I just wanted to remind everybody that they should be looking at their camera and having lots of fun on 100.
All right. So Suzanne, at the beginning of the show, before you popped on, I was explaining that I had this new setup over here, and the camera's over here, and everyone's on here, and I'm struggling with that today. So.
You actually are second in place. Craig totally has it down because his studio is more efficient, but everyone's had a little bit of an issue tonight.
Well, thanks for correcting us. We appreciate that.
This is why we need producers.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that you guys have had such a great success with this fun and crazy show for the last 100. It's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, Sean, I'm just glad that that Ireland forgave America for John DeLorean. So that's all I can say.
Well, he's probably one of the most successful car dealer, drug dealers combo. I think
there you go.
I mean, come on. When you look at efficiencies, in
Load
the car
up
industry,
that trunk.
all of those empty panels and void spaces, they got to be used for something.
In fact, they actually,
and what a car!
It's probably good for safety.
What a car!
Yeah.
What a car!
Time
You would
travels,
all
the
of us
whole
would love
9
that.
yards. Yeah.
All right, so Mr. Cards is saying, "Hey, we all need to do a shot. Just want to say congrats to the team on the show's success. You made it happen." And I'll bring up Carol's comment. Hey, happy 100, guys!
Thank you,
Best way to
Carol.
start the weekend. Thank you all, and cheers. So I had a situation here a couple of minutes ago where I knocked over the beer and you couldn't see it, and half the beer is like spilled over me. So I've got beer everywhere over here. So it's a delightful moment.
So we shouldn't ask
Wait
you to
till
stand
Chris
up right
in the
now.
new studio, Glenn.
Yeah, I've soaked it up in my shirt and my shorts that I'm wearing right now. So
Yeah, not for the first time, Glenn.
hey, it's the first
Hey,
time today.
Art, I think the last time he spilled it was, you know, when it went on his entire jeans. He cut them off about 2 weeks ago. Now he has jean shorts. Now he's got to cut a little bit more off. And now they become short shorts.
Now he has.
It's gonna be short shorts.
Listen, I did it.
Short shorts.
Breaking news. I'm trying out for the new Dukes of Hazzard movie, and of course I'm going for the Daisy Duke part. So I'm very excited about that. So you gotta have the right shorts. You gotta wear those Daisy Dukes if you know.
Nobody wants to see you in those, Glenn. Nobody.
Pull it off.
Papa's got to make a few bucks because I got 2 kids in college right now. So those shorts are my ticket.
Those are bad investments.
When we're in Vegas in a few weeks at the hospitality show, June 27th to 29th at the Venetian, we're gonna go to the Sahara, and I'm gonna jump on stage during the Magic Mike show with my shorts, and we'll see who's gonna make it rain, guys. So you know.
Well, on that note, I think I better go.
I'm glad you got producer David filming that for you.
So I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Glenn. You know, is your aspiration now to be a body double for Daisy Dukes? And there's a bunch of people out here that have no clue, but I think you'd make a great body double.
I love it, and you had me at aspiration. I'll tell you, great choice of words.
I knew you were going there. I knew.
How could I not? You set it up. You know, you gotta take it.
That was a layup. Boom. Nothing but net.
There's another one. That's one for Craig. That's one for Craig.
Jerry says YouTube surely doesn't have Glenn in short shorts. Hey, listen, who wears short shorts? I wear short shorts. That's why I got my Nair for short shorts.
Oh,
listen to you. Listen to you.
If you dare wear short shorts, Nair for short shorts. I don't know why I remember that. The stuff that's in my head is ridiculous.
I don't know. I think you're going to try and outdo Joe Namath and put on a pair of pantyhose next. So,
yeah. Art, I think this is where they start veering off into the zone.
We veered off a long time
They
ago.
veered 50 episodes ago, I think.
Yeah, this is
there's
Twilight
a reason
area.
Glenn's wife doesn't talk to him, and it's a reason why I'm not married.
Why do you think she hasn't been home tonight? Yeah.
Looking good.
What the hell
Love
is
it.
going on there?
I mean, you gotta love it. You gotta look. This is how he goes around all the time. He has the hat on. I never know which way he's going to show up, and then he starts doing this sort of thing, and I never know with Art. It's always good. And you know what?
It's very artistic. Yeah.
There is a
there he did it again. He did it again.
Artistic. Yep. Right. What's the story about the hat? Tell us the story.
The story about the hat is when my father was in the Falkland Islands.
In the war,
and he came back, and he was there in '68. He was a Royal Marine, and he was there, and he came back with this hat, and he always said this was a whaler's cap.
Yeah,
and we thought, fine, whatever. And now we've been doing various projects with South Georgia Heritage Trust, which is fantastic. And I spoke to the curator of the museum, and I went, "Is this?" And she went, "That is absolutely a whaler's cap from South Georgia."
Wow.
And she showed me a picture of one exactly the same. And that's where it came from. So it was quite bizarre. So that might be heading to the museum.
Wow, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And when we're saying South Georgia, we're talking South Georgia, like isolated island in the Antarctic. So.
No, you're not talking Hillbilly Haven here in
No, we're talking.
I thought you were talking about right around Maine.
Way,
yeah.
We're talking way south here,
y'all.
penguins.
So, hey, Mr. Cards asks, hey, any smoke your way from Canada? My goodness.
Yeah.
Really?
My goodness. Not right now. It's starting to clear up. Let me bring up a picture of what I saw. I got to scroll through 77 pictures of cats
See,
first.
this is Glenn also being a producer.
Wow.
This was my sky and sun 2 days ago or yesterday. How crazy is that?
That's when you were living on Tatooine, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So look at how thick the smoke is in the sky, all the way from Canada. How crazy is that?
Hey, Art, you know, really that was some room at the Lexi in Vegas. That's just not Canada. You know that.
Either that or the House Resort Pool Club and Smokehouse, and
Yeah. Yes,
We have
I was in
brewery.
Canada, dear. Yes,
Yeah.
dear, I was in Canada. This is a picture from Canada, my dear. Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
yeah, it was insane how it like covered the whole all the way down, all the way here to New York area. Hey, Suzanne,
That's astonishing.
love Sean. Kim says, "Hey, Craig, don't insult us Georgians. I think you've started something there, Craig."
I'm sorry. I really try not to pick on anybody below the Mason-Dixon line. I apologize. No, I do apologize. I'm sorry. That was a step too far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do
steps
know that
too far,
Art
I
plays
need a beer.
Art plays
be
a
right back.
banjo. And Art plays. Did you know Art plays a banjo?
Is that why I'm hearing deliverance music?
You
Glenn
know
knows.
I played the saxophone, Sean.
I do. I do. But I am so glad you took the bait.
Absolutely.
And what did you play, Glenn? The clarinet?
No, I played saxophone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You must have been tenor.
I started out as alto, and then I wanted to flex a little bit, so I picked up the tenor. So I felt pretty cool, doing that.
Where's your
Also,
sax? Is your
I liked
sax back
Clarence
there?
Clemens at the time, so I thought it'd be really good to play the
I for recording sessions we used to hire a baritone. I used to play, and it was like riding a Harley. It was fantastic.
That's awesome. Sean, what were you saying? Sorry, I missed that.
I was saying that Art has. If he has it, it should be in the back of your studio there, isn't it, Art? You should be.
What's
isn't
that?
Back there?
No,
Your
it's
sax.
in the attic. Yeah, no, it's in the attic. Haven't picked it up in
Oh
years.
man, I've been asking him to bring out the sax and leave it in the back there for, I don't know, 10 years. No way. It won't do it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Hang on.
What, you're suddenly going to conjure up an image and say, here it is?
I don't know how to bring an image up.
How do you conjure up a saxophone?
Yeah, you can. I'm the only one who has that control on this system.
Glenn doesn't give anybody control other than Suzanne and David.
Shall I email you?
Not even Anthony.
Yeah, you could send it to Glenn at rouse.media, and then I could go from there. Yeah.
So Craig, so tell us at least, maybe 2 or 3 stories about Glenn that stands out over the last 100 shows. If you can remember any of them.
I got to tell you, every time we're actually in the same room doing a show, it's just been incredible. It's been so much fun, and it's we've done them from pre-fish shows.
For me, it was absolute hell. But
for him, it was absolute hell. Yeah. We were in Vegas. He had to stand outside in the sun and the heat, and he started melting. Typical New Yorker.
Listen, I'm a man of sacrifice. I will go to Vegas, just so I can stand in the sun to do a show with you.
Exactly.
And
But
whatever.
I think the funniest story is for me, and I didn't realize how quickly Glenn reacts on things, and we go back some 25 years. I called him up. We did this one thing together that didn't work, and I called him up, and we were still kicking it around that we wanted to do something together. And I said, we should do a show with adult beverages and tell stories. He goes, yeah, it's kind of like being at. Glenn's going, yeah, it's like being at a conference. I said, yeah, and he goes, what's that thing you call it? That shift that you call it in a hotel? And I go, audit. He goes, that's it, Friday night audit. And I'm usually one that likes a little bit more prep, but it was like the next week we were off and running.
It was more like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We had to get the logo done.
But we had to get logos. But that was just an incredible conversation. Glenn and I just get into really good conversations anyhow. And we probably drive everybody around both sides of us crazy.
We each have 7 PhDs, so we have a lot to talk about. We
got a lot of bullshit. That's what we got. Okay.
Yeah, but it's convincing bullshit. I mean,
exactly.
Really, it's interesting what you say, because there's
you just look at the camera and go, no, we got to do it this way.
Go on what?
The Glenn with 2 ends experience is sort of, when we first started working with each other, I think the first 30 seconds we were in the same room to each other. We're just insulting each other, and that's great. That's sort of
listen, I was joking around. Turns out he was serious. I didn't know it for 2 years.
In a fun way, but it's always fun. I mean, we get great stuff, but we just it's always fun working with Glenn, and it's always fun.
I really appreciate that, because I freaking tortured the guy with wherever we're going for the next meal for a long time.
So right, he needs to be fed, so we're going to have to get that.
He does need to be fed. You're right.
And and there's the whole, Glenn, just dial it down a little bit, will you? Just
no. I wanted to put his foot on the accelerator. It's like, let's go.
No,
we just have so much fun when we're together. It is. Now, I am convinced that if Glenn and I were on the same airplane for longer than 40 minutes, and it doesn't matter if it's in steerage or first class, that neither one of us would be allowed on an airplane again. Okay, it wouldn't happen. We'd be filming, we'd be doing something, and we'd be drinking way too much, and they'd just say, no, you're never getting on an airplane again.
Also, I might get upgraded and I'll leave him behind, because
and vice versa. I'll see you on the flip side. Yeah.
And I would respect you for that decision.
Yeah, exactly. They had the flight attendants would probably separate us by the time we got off the tarmac. Okay.
That's just because you're so damn sexy, Greg. Come on.
Not me. I'm old and comfortable now. No, I'm not sexy at all. I got no game. No.
Who would have thought that you'd meet a guy whose kink was old and comfortable? But you did.
Hey, everybody's got to have something, Come on.
I tried to unmute Sean, but he's muted himself. So
there he is. He's off.
I'm self-editing. Like, my goal in life is to be the Big Lebowski.
Yeah. The dude abides.
The dude. That's a destiny all of us should, work towards.
Yep.
Come on.
I'm in Maui, and my hair is basically about this long, and I've got a really long goatee. I don't have the full beard. And I'm sitting at a bar with some buddies of mine that live over there. And there's this girl staring at me, and it's like getting really uncomfortable.
Right.
And she comes up, she goes, "Can I get a picture with you?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And I'm going, okay, I know she's doing the dude. And she gets the bartender and orders me a White Russian. So I got all the milk all over my mustache as well in the picture, and doing the whole damn thing. It's like, okay, thanks, bye.
My question for you, Craig, is: did you have the cardigan? The pull?
No, I'm in Hawaii. No, hell no. I got a T-shirt on.
Now the dude would have that with him. You gotta have. You gotta have it. You gotta have
absolutely.
All right. So the next show I expect you to be in, has got the cardigan.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I could probably find one.
Yeah.
So, hey, I got somebody knocking at the studio door. I'm going to drop out for a second, Glenn.
All right, sounds good. Goodbye for a minute. Guys, we only got a few minutes left. I can't believe how quick this hour has gone. So
it's flown.
I know. So what's going on over there in the UK, Europe parts and stuff like that? Anything interesting that we should be knowing about? Any trends that you guys you're setting over there overseas?
In hospitality and
just in general. I don't care about hospitality. I'm just talking about life. I mean, are you guys gonna like double down on your butter chicken and stuff like that or something?
I think just bubbling away, I think, and it would be happening in the States as well, is the growth of AI, or the growing awareness of AI. You know, it's been there for years and doing things, but I think people are finally coming around to it. And like, this is potentially going to change things more than the internet did. I don't know. I mean, we just don't know. It's such uncharted territory, and we don't know where we are on the J curve. I kind of think we are just at the beginning, and it's kind of scary as to where it can go. Sean?
It's like having rebirth. This reminds me of, you know, when you had Web 1.0 and then Web 2.0, and basically the web was really a collection of lists. I compare this to this person. People put up their products, e-commerce. This
sounds like Esty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you take all of that away for a second and just stop worrying about all the things that are around with AI, I'd agree with Art, we're at the bottom of probably one of the most terrifying but most exciting times that we are going to be discovering. And I think the great thing about experimenting with AI and DALL-E, you know, if you take the products like ChatGPT and DALL-E, is that you can create. And the best thing that I think is coming out of this is the ability that this is as good as the question you ask. And if you put the right question into the search and you continue putting questions and questions, it may be the first time in decades that we won't be talked at, but we'll have a conversation with ourselves and say, what's the best way to ask this question? So that sounds like very exciting. More listening,
I like what you're saying. Go ahead, Art.
No.
Yeah, it was interesting because I mean, Sean and I have been talking a lot about this and using the tools. And I think it was the moment I brought up ChatGPT and I shared the screen and I said to it, write an announcement to stage for Sean Worker.
Interesting.
And it did. And that's the moment, Sean. Did you fall off your chair, or you sort of almost fell off your chair? But that was the penny drop moment for you, I think.
Mostly it was an introduction about a steel worker named Sean Worker in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But, you know,
but it was.
That's what I was relieved about.
Absolutely spot on. You wouldn't need to change one word, and it was
interesting.
That was a moment for, I think, for both of us. It was like,
yeah, it's funny. I've been writing some short stories with kind of a space opera theme that we all know about, and inserting my grandson in there as the hero at various ages. And he loves it. So I'm putting it together as a book. But Glenn and I had a 3-minute Thursday where we were talking about AI. And typically I'm on the fence where I don't trust humans. Okay. I see Cylons and I see Terminators. That this gets out of the bottle. This genie gets out of the bottle, and it's a huge problem. And
it's out of the bottle.
Cell phones. Yeah. Cell phones don't make people any smarter. They dumb them down. And follow me on social media. You know, people have gotten so bad they don't even know how to park a freaking car. Okay, I do a whole series.
No, you're not going there, are you?
Yeah, I am.
God. This has been on a tirade for weeks about people that is too far.
They shouldn't have a driver's license.
It's insane. I get pictures every 20 minutes on my text messages about motherfuckers who can't park right, according to
And then I sent him a picture of my car that says "hugging the curb."
Hey, listen, you're a damn good parker. I'm not going to take that away from you. You get right in there. You show the curb who is boss.
Yeah,
I will tell you.
I don't care what it costs me to fix those rims. Fuck it.
That's what I got. That's why I've got low profile. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of cool things going on. There's a lot of cool things.
There sure seems to be, and I'm hoping that AI on a lot of different levels work. Now, I understand the Writers Guild and their apprehension. I think it was a dick move on the DGA signing their agreement to we're going to work, no problem. Where, okay, half, 2/3 are writers. And, you know, you just screwed up your brethren on the Writers Guild by taking that stance and signing. Yeah, the actors, they get it because it's going to be their faces, their voices that are going to be used through an AI. They're going, hey, wait a minute, we got some problems. We're going to stand with our brothers and sisters over at the WGA. So, but that's just moi from the land of law. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? We've gone through this for millennials.
You're right.
You know, where you know, someone said, we're going to build this thing in the Renaissance called a dome, and we're going to think about perspective, and that put a bunch of people out of work because they had pulleys and they didn't have to schlep up the mountain. And then fast forward, we moved, you know, all the cliched stories of we moved, you know, they had cars and people, you know, out front with a flag and buggies, and you know, it just all changes. So
well, and
this
you know,
is just
if you look at it, let's all, you know, and I use this argument all the time. Every job has a shelf life. Okay.
Yep.
And my usual starting point is the Industrial Revolution. And we're still fighting those same freaking arguments that started back then. And we, in this country, we've done a horrible job of training and getting people moved on to their next career.
That's
and
right.
Glenn and I are on the same page where it's like, we could not produce things at the level that we used to in the 70s. Okay. Which probably wasn't a really good point in time for American products. You look at our automotive industry and everything else, a lot of problems. But, you know, if you don't have to go to a college to get an education. We need trade schools. And if you're going to a college, my feeling is this: you better be a dual major and you better figure out what you want to do. Thank you, Suzanne.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I want to take a moment of silence right now for all those valiant men who used to clean up horse shit from the streets of New York City. But we're proud out of work because of automobiles. They must have had a terrible life after that. Oh my God. You know what time it is?
No.
Gotta get us out of this.
Plug-a-palooza.
That's right. Yo, Art and Sean, you don't even know. You get to be shameless with your plugs. Art, what do you want to pimp right now? Take it away.
What do I?
Hunter Gatherer. Say nice things.
You've completely.
Should I read? Hold on. Let's do this then. All right. Now you got to reflect. Go for it.
I'm going to plug just be nice to people. You know, just go out there and be lovely.
All right, Hunter Gatherer.
I'm not going to plug anything from my side.
HunterGatherer.uk. This guy is the bomb. I love working with him so much. Sean, not so much. But you know, what are you going to do? Sean, what do you got to sell?
Go to Diddley Squat Farm with Clarkson. This is the place. Go to Diddley Squat Farm. They've got great beans, and they're in the UK, which is really England. So I am plugging Diddley Squat Farm.
Do you guys know what Diddley Squat Farm is?
I know what doing Diddley Squat is.
Yeah. Don't give a diddly squat.
Okay, so here's the quick version. If anybody heard of Top Gear or the Grand Tour, James May, all those guys.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy Clarkson is the guy. He bought a farm. He's done everything
that's
backwards, upside down. It's on Amazon. So my plug is go to the farm, and the second plug is come to Ireland. We love everybody, so come to Ireland.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it, Craig.
Love Ireland. Can't get back there soon enough. Still got family there.
You know, there's a house here for you, Craig. Come stay, hang out with us.
That's
I'm
true.
in.
Like when you get over the border with a name like Sullivan, do they just hand you a free beer? How's that work?
Till I open my mouth, and it's like I'm somebody's pet. Go, you're a Yank, aren't you? And I go, yes, I am. And I never pay for another drink. I go to all these incredible parties. It is so much fun.
Yeah.
It's just like that. It's just like that. Guy.
I love it. I love being in Ireland, Dublin in particular.
Yep. So good.
Hey, you know what? We've got new episodes of Click Connect coming out. We had a couple of great industry leaders in the studio this past week. Producer Danny's put the final edits on those, and we'll have them up Tuesday and Thursday. We do have a date for the 7th Annual California Lodging Investment Conference, March 6th and 7th, but I'm not going to tell you the location yet. We've narrowed it down to 3 hotels, so that's coming soon. And I got my grandson here, so I'm going to go have some fun with him, guys. Aloha.
Beautiful. Make sure you check out Vacancy News for all of my coverage on the NYU Hospitality Investment Conference. At the end of the month, Craig and I will be in fabulous Las Vegas at the Hospitality Show and doing a show from Flanker, brand new venue at Mandalay Bay for our Friday night audit show. And of course, last July 29th, Craig's birthday show, hopefully at the rooftop of the Dream Manhattan. If not, we'll do it from producer Dave's hotel. Pre-fish concert party celebrating Craig.
Here we go.
Also, July 8th, I believe it is. That's the Friday. We're going to be up somewhere in New Hampshire celebrating Bruce Ford's big 50th birthday with a live show over there for Friday night. I can't wait. And I'm going to, I think, go take my kids to Camelback Resort this week up in the Catskills. So I'll be doing some fun content from there. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Let's get out of here. So let's start this weekend. Remember, you have one life, so blaze on, and we'll run the ending credits now.
Aloha. Bye, everybody. Sean, Art, thank you very much.